well, let's kick things off. We want to thank everybody for showing up today. We're real excited to talk to you about a new application for Google's Performance Max ad technology. We're real excited to talk to you about today. I'm Chris Lytle. I'm the CEO over here at DVA Platform, and I'm joined today by Justin Dombrow, who's our SVP of Ad Solutions. And I'm super excited to have Justin join me today. We actually worked together for years at DVA Platform, at Google before we joined DVA Platform. And while we both presented frequently, we really never got the chance to present together. So I'm excited to have the opportunity today, Justin.
Yeah, great to be working with you.
Yeah. So just kind of giving you guys a little heads up on what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk a little bit about the explosion in near me searches, right? That kind of kicked off a lot of the local digital initiatives at Google. Some of the near me ad formats that came up from Google in response to the search and the growth in near me searches. We're going to talk a little bit about the limitations of those near me searches because they're great for certain parts of the sales funnel, but not as great for other parts of the sales funnel. And then we're going to talk about how Performance Max can be leveraged to address near you opportunities, which is hopefully a new category that we're coining today. And you all can be part of history. And then we'll have our Q&A session at the end of that. So as I said, we're going to talk first about the growth in near me search. And I think folks that have seen some of my webinars and speeches over the past decade, I've been talking about this for a long time. I guess it's an indicator of how old I am. But this is a trend that Google really started to identify in 2004 when they noted that about 20% of their searches had some form of local intent. And maybe the best personification of that is when people actually add the words near me to a search. So as you can see, in the early days of this, from the first 5 years after which Google noted this phenomenon, you had some really strong growth between 2004 and 2009. However, it really isn't much in the scale of things because that, nice little hockey stick that you see there is really just a blip in the overall growth of near me searches, right? So the growth since 2009, and obviously, we've got iPhones and mobile phones and all these things, and as mobile phones became more prevalent, there was more of those type of near me searches. And as consumers started to recognize there was a great experience when you did have those searches, more and more folks started engaging in those kind of searches. So it's been going on for a while and it's been steadily increasing. You notice there's a little dip there, when we were all locked in our houses during COVID, during that summer, there weren't a lot of near me searches. But what you do notice is some seasonality. And although I don't have it labeled there, the peaks, and I wish I could ask a question if there's a room full of folks here in front of me, but if anybody wants to guess what the peak is, it's July. It's when you're on vacation, you're on the road, and you don't know where that local thing is. You're not familiar with the local stores, the local restaurants, all those things. And then you also have a nice bump around the holiday period when people are doing their holiday shopping. But it's a big enough thing now, and it is a standard enough consumer behavior that there is real seasonality around it. And Google responded to that, not surprisingly.
That's right, Chris. Both Google and Microsoft took note of the rising trend of near me searches and built products to satisfy consumer demands. The result was 3 unique ad solutions, all intended with the same goal to drive consumers to physical locations. Launching in the fall of 2013, local inventory ads, or LAAs for short, are prominent ads placed at the top of the search engine result page, powered by sophisticated targeting, giving shoppers the information they seek without looking further. LAAs also allow a variety of annotations to indicate attractive options such as curbside pickup and in-store availability. In the middle, local campaigns launched at the end of 2020 and were designed to help businesses drive foot traffic to physical locations. They use machine learning technology to automatically target the right people with the right message at the right time. Lastly, Google made vehicle listing ads, or VLAs, available in early 2022 as a performance-focused ad format to reach online car shoppers, allowing dealers to promote inventory and grow qualified leads and store visits.
Taqueria del Sol. For those of you that aren't in the Atlanta area, Justin is teasing me right now by showing one of my favorite restaurants that I haven't been to in a while, but so good. But yeah, I mean, Google was all over this, right? I mean, they're smart folks. They have the benefit, they and Microsoft had the benefit of seeing what people are searching for, and they're able to react to that. And so they did a great job of that. Um, but this near me craze got a little bit crazy, right? I mean, like people started figuring out, like, golly, people are searching for near me all the time. So I'm going to start naming my business after near me. We've seen this kind of explosion of, you know, companies that are putting near me in their title, and it's great. It's a great way to try to attract people. But the assumption with all of these things, right, is that people know what they're looking for. So if I'm doing a search for dentist near me, I need to know that I'm looking for a dentist. If I'm looking for sushi near me, I need to know that I'm looking for sushi, right? But what if they don't know that they want what you got yet, right? What if they don't know that they want a delicious Tampico hard punch, right? What if they don't know that they want a rugged yet affordable Ford Bronco, right? What if they don't know that they can watch all of their favorite out of market games at Buffalo Wild Wings that weekend, right? So all these things where I might do a search for a near me search down the road, right? Like Bronco near me, delicious malt liquor near me, or, you know, where can I watch the game today? That's what near me is all about. But what if, again, what if they don't know? And when you think about it, direct to consumer ads have done a really great job of capitalizing on building awareness and then also driving fulfillment at the same time. And man, Facebook has made a fortune on this. I mean, an absolute fortune on this. You're scrolling through your stuff. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my gosh, Allbirds, they're totally sustainable and made with natural materials. That's pretty cool. And shoot, I can get it. I can get it tomorrow. I can get it in 2 days. So, you know, I think almost everybody who's on this call right now, on this webinar, has bought something in this way where you're like, I didn't know I needed an RFID protecting wallet, you know, or all this stuff that you buy and you're like, oh, wait, I bought that, didn't I? Or, you know, Casper, you know, like Casper, they really collapsed the awareness to fulfillment side by letting people know, look, there's this whole new category of mattress and you can have it fulfilled 2 days. So what we're proposing is our near you ad campaigns that leverage all the brilliance of Performance Max, and they build awareness at the same time that they're promoting fulfillment. So we'll have another deeper dive on some of the nuts and bolts of Performance Max, but one of the things that's really great about it is that you're not really targeting people based on content adjacency. So for example, it doesn't matter what content you're watching on YouTube. If Google's algorithm has determined that you're the right person for the hard punch ad, you're going to get the hard punch ad, right? So in this case, not only am I getting the hard punch ad, letting me know that it's available, but also they're letting me know that it's available today, right down the street. So it's actually better than a direct consumer ad, right? A D2C ad is I'm aware of it and I can have this in 2 days. This is, hey, this is available and you can have it today. And like, you know, Tampico is a really popular fruit drink in the Hispanic market for their non-alcoholic brands, right? Their juices are really popular. They have all these amazing flavors. I wasn't aware of them. One of the guys who works for us used to work for them and told me all about it. And like, they're just really cool flavored drinks and they got a great brand. But now they've moved into this hard punch, right? It's a whole new line for them. So people might have been aware of Tampico, but they might not have been aware that the hard punch is now available. So using the, you know, the power of PMax, we're going to target those people, make them aware, and also let them know that it's available today. Awareness and fulfillment near you. So now Justin's going to get a little bit more into the nuts and bolts about PMax because it'll add a lot of context to the examples we're going to show you.
That's right. Yeah, and to level set, make sure that we're all on the same page and understand what Performance Max is. It was first made available by Google in 2021. It builds off the success of existing automated ad solutions like smart shopping campaigns. And it delivers a comprehensive solution that works for advertisers of all sizes across a wide variety of marketing objectives and channels. Right here, this includes 6 of the largest consumer surfaces on the web, ranging from YouTube to search and shopping to Gmail and Maps, with the main goal of finding customers while optimizing for the highest ROAS opportunities. Lastly, using the full power of Google's AI to help multiply conversions across inventory, PMax finds untapped growth opportunities from new search queries and channels to drive better results towards your goals.
Yeah, this is the all-in-one. I'm sure most of the folks in the call have heard about PMax to some degree or another, but this is Google's future and this is Microsoft's future. I mean, Microsoft is rolling out their version and they're calling it Performance Max.
Making it easy for us in the industry.
That's right.
Yes. So digging into PMax for a moment, when setting up a Performance Max campaign, you'll spend some time identifying what goals you're trying to achieve, ranging from brand awareness to leads to store visits. Once you choose a goal and set up your campaign correctly following best practices, PMax gets to work, identifying customers throughout the marketing funnel with the right message at the right time on the right surface. PMax can take a customer through awareness, interest, consideration, decision, and purchase. And these surfaces are used to achieve the goals you set depending on where the consumer falls along that funnel.
Yeah, I mean, and when you think about where PMax's roots really are, back in the day when Justin was, helping develop this, it was initially really focused on retail and shopping and being able to drive people from the top of that funnel all the way through. And so what we're really focused on here at DBA is applying that to geo-targeted campaigns, right? So all these great capabilities are out there, but now we're really thinking about how we apply it to very geo-targeted local campaigns that take into account all the great stuff that Google provides in PMax with the full funnel, but making it available on a very targeted local basis.
And there are controls that you have to enhance your performance with Performance Max, giving Google insights and input that it needs to outperform your competitors. And when we close here, we're going to show you an example, a case study that we did with Google, proving the results.
Indeed. But let's take a look at what it looks like in action, how it can actually pull somebody through the funnel.
Right. So here, Display Network, we're all familiar with this and how it works. The Google's Display Network consists of over 2 million websites and apps where your ads can appear. These sites reach over 90% of internet users worldwide. The Display Network provides a great opportunity to build consumer awareness of products and where they can be purchased. And as Chris mentioned, these are products that may not be on your radar. And PMax uses the Display Network for 2 main purposes: acquisition and prospecting. Ads that we see here in this example, and as we walk through, do not always align with the page content, but actually align with the consumer intent. So we'll talk more about that on the next slide.
Indeed. And just a quick little note there, Microsoft also has their own display network, and it's a big one, right? So when you think about, we got the New York Times and the Google Display Network, we got the Wall Street Journal and the Microsoft Display Network.
Right. So here's another example of how intent and awareness are key signals in how ads are displayed. Short pre-roll video ads are used to drive brand awareness as well as ease fulfillment points, like that Allbirds example. The user here in this example is about to watch a video on the best upcoming movies of 2023. As with all PMax placements, it is the user who is targeted, not the content. The user has shown interest in this category, but not necessarily the specific brand or product. Discovery ads are visually engaging. As you can see here, very bright, colorful. They're personalized ads that appear in Google's feeds across the web. They're meant to reach audiences in the moments when they're ready to discover new products and services. Discovery ads use machine learning to determine when users are most likely to engage with a brand based on their interests and browsing behavior. So for example here, if the user has been watching videos on YouTube about juicing fruits and vegetables, they might see a discovery ad for Tampico's carrot juice.
Mm. And for those of you that are iPhone users, you might not be as familiar with discovery ads. You know, they're really visible on Android devices. When you left swipe from your home screen, it comes up. It's a great service. I use it all the time. But it's also available in the Google app on Apple devices, and also they're starting to integrate it into the home screen tab for Chrome.
They're all familiar with Gmail. And here's another example, Performance Max aligning to consumer intent in the moment. Nestled here, Gmail ads are not targeted to the content of your inbox, yet these ads take on the familiar format of emails, but are clearly labeled as advertisements. And Gmail ads provide a great opportunity to drive awareness and consideration.
That's right. So, you think about as you're moving down the funnel, initially there's a nice display ad kind of letting you know about it. As you're going down the funnel, then there's more to learn about what the actual offering is, what the differentiators are, like, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, or preservatives, which in my experience make things delicious, but apparently are bad for you.
Apparently. Performance Max also places ads on the local listings of retailers right below their address. These local map ads reach targeted shoppers on their way to the store to remind them to purchase products.
I think this is a dynamite one. I mean, you're on your way to the store, you're checking the hours, or you're checking, directions, or whatever. Maybe it's over the summer and you're in that vacation town where you don't know where you're going. I find the grocery store and they target that ad and put the bug in my ear right on my way there. And there's no better time to catch somebody when they have their hand on the wallet. So I love this particular ad format.
So shopping ads, this is what I've worked on for many years at Google, launching many retailers in the initial pilots here. And shopping ads play a critical role in the consumer journey, winning prominent positioning on Google.com and on mobile. Specifically, local inventory ads in search results bring brands to the top of the page for product and category searches. So in this example, the high funnel category query of fruit juice near me includes ads from brands you may not have been aware of before, but now it's being presented in a format that is engaging, relevant, and informative. Because this ad type is a solid performer, delivering above average ROAS when compared to other ad types, local inventory ads garner the majority of clicks.
Yeah, this one's really powerful. And this was actually, my last 5 years at Google was pretty much my exclusive focus. Those and Justin, I'm trying to remind me what the number is, but isn't it true that the first spot in the local inventory ad on a phone gets like 70% of the clicks on that page or something like that?
That's right. Yeah. So this Tampico citrus punch and orange, on average, gets 75% of all clicks. And remember, this is the shopping carousel. So there are 30 ads. And you can't bid to a position. Your position, there's ad rank, there's quality score. There are factors that go into where you show up and how you show up. But the better you perform, Google rewards you with higher ad positioning and more efficient CPCs. So you show up more often, get more clicks, drive more sales.
It's all true.
Right.
So, that's how it works for shopping, right? For retailers. But how does this full funnel experience, how does this near you experience work for a restaurant? So let's think about the example of a sports bar. Sure, you can wait until Sunday where someone's going to go like, all right, I'm going to watch a game. Where am I going to go do it? But what if I hadn't thought about going to watch the game? Right? What about the ad on Tuesday reminding me to go to see the game? And so with Performance Max, we can actually use audience signals to identify people that are Giants fans that are in Atlanta, people like me, for example. And so being able to have the right message to the right person at the right time to let them know that, hey, you know what? Maybe I do want to go watch the game and eat delicious wings this Sunday, right? and not wait until, hopefully they decide on Sunday to look for a sports bar. And then likewise, as we were talking about before, the content is triggered by the audience, not by the content adjacency. So just like this, video for the best upcoming movie trailer of 2023 has nothing to do with the ad that's being shown there. It's being driven by the audience. And again, I'm having that kind of national message, and then I'm able to have that local kind of conversion, just to let people know, like, hey, go check it out local near you. Same with discovery ads, same with Gmail. And again, the map ads, right? Maybe I'm going to check the hours at Buffalo Wild Wings and I get the opportunity to remind them about some of the specials that I might have. And then, it works very well with automotive as well. And they're in the process at Google now of transitioning all of the vehicle listing ad accounts over to Performance Ads, Performance Max for vehicles. Is that the name of it, Justin?
Performance Max with vehicle feed, right?
And Google's just wonderful naming conventions just rolls off the tip of your tongue. But basically, everybody that's been doing the vehicle listing ads are being transitioned over to Performance Max. And the good thing about that is, again, maybe I didn't know that I was looking for a particular Ford product, and I'm able to kind of start getting that in people's mind before they think of it. And then likewise, maybe I'm watching this YouTube video again about this new trailer. The trailer's coming up, and it's letting me know about like these great opportunities to buy a Bronco. And maybe I didn't realize that there were these great financing opportunities at Wolf Motors. Again, discovery ads, letting people know a little bit further down the funnel, some of the additional things that are available. Likewise with the Gmail ads. And then, of course, when you've finally beaten that person down and they're doing that search for the new F-150 near them because you've been giving them that message, those vehicle listing ads are going to be there. And that's true whether they're doing a search explicitly for an F-150 or if they're doing a search for a broad category of, pickup trucks or whatnot. But the idea here is we really want to have Ford thinking about driving people from awareness at the New York Times, all the way through YouTube, discovery ads, Gmail ads, all that good stuff, to the point where they're doing that search for the F-150 near them. And then again, we've got the map ads, just like the other one. So maybe I'm getting my directions to my local dealer. Maybe I've already decided I'm going to get that one additional opportunity to get the last message to them before they make that trip into the dealership to take that test drive. But the key thing about all this is it's not only that you're able to capture all of these channels in one ad format, it's demonstrably delivering superior results. And Justin's going to talk a little bit about that.
That's right. So earlier this year, we partnered with Google on an ads pilot of what is now known as Performance Max with vehicle feeds, the new iteration of vehicle listing ads, or VLAs. The testing framework that we employed included a side-by-side test running concurrently with traditional vehicle ads. The clients that participated in the pilot saw an average 48% increase in conversions, which is huge, versus standard vehicle ads, a 41% increase in conversion value, and a 19% decrease in cost per conversion during the 4-week testing period. So Google states that advertisers that use Performance Max campaigns see an average increase of 18%, total incremental conversions at a similar cost per action. Clearly, our results were even more impressive.
We're really proud of that. That's one that Google actually references on their own website, and they've got Justin with a quote there, which is pretty exciting for us. But this is another example of the kind of partnership that we have with Google. We were among the first folks to roll out not only the organic cars for sale solution, but also to roll out vehicle listing ads. We're trusted partners of Google, in large part because we've got folks like Justin, who are extended members of the team, and Justin and I used to actually be full-time members of that team. So we're excited to be able to partner with Google on bringing all this to y'all first. So we hope that you guys are excited about the concept of near you ads. It's not just about waiting for users to say, where can I find this product near me? It's also about letting people know what's available near them. And just a quick plug for DBA and what we do. We've got four main services that we offer. If you guys are interested in, getting, your feet wet with near you advertising, we have our done for you ad solution. And in that case, it's a fully managed, advertising campaigns on Google and Microsoft. And then we also have a done by you ad solution that does all the tricky parts about setting up the inventory feeds, monitoring them, troubleshooting them, and optimizing those feeds. And then at that point, your campaign managers will actually run the campaigns from there. And then on the listing front, like Google Business Profile, Apple Business Connect, Bing Places, we've got a fully managed done for you listing service. And we also have a done by you listing service in which you guys log in and do that work yourself. So those are what we do. I have to get a shameless plug in, but if you're interested in near you advertising, there's really nobody better to get you started than DBA platform. So with that said, let's see what we got in the way of questions. So first question, is an advertiser able to choose industries with map ads? And Mark, I think I want to answer the question correctly, but at the end of the day, the map ads are really based on the geography, the location, and the advertiser. So if that industry in question happens to be an auto dealer, that's where it comes through. I'm not certain that really answered the question you were asking, but the map ads are cross industry. As long as there is a physical location, you can run those map ads. Next is it possible to opt out of certain types and only do map ads? That's really interesting, and we get a variety of questions like that. So Justin, what's the answer to that one?
Okay, the short answer is no, and I'll tell you why. With Performance Max, it is, like we said, it's a comprehensive solution where Google is using that acquisition and kind of promotion part of it to understand the consumer intent and the consumer behavior. Google uses hundreds of thousands of signals to get a better understanding of intent, and it has liberty to serve ads on Gmail or Maps or YouTube, depending on where that user is in that journey. So, and actually probably back in, let's say 2017 or 2018, when the predecessor to Performance Max, which is Smart Shopping, when it launched, and Smart Shopping was an automated kind of AI-driven ad solution, there were three versions that were created of Smart Shopping. And one version was a version that allowed a lot of control and a lot of levers you could pull, given to certain clients, certain agencies. A middle version was less control, and the last version was no control. And you can imagine the one that performed the best was the one that you didn't interrupt. You didn't pull the levers on, allowing Google's machine learning to influence AI to deliver a better experience and find more conversions and a more efficient ROAS. So that's one of the reasons. I'll give you quickly another reason too. The reason why you cannot only do map ads, for example, is because Google along that funnel also wants to be able to influence itself on where to serve. So by serving a display ad, it is doing that prospecting. It's putting out feelers to see if that potential shopper that has a lot of signals on, if they interact with the display ad, it will inform the next touch point, which might be a map ad. So by limiting where you're serving, you're not giving Google all the information it needs to determine where and how to serve ads.
Indeed. And then the next two questions are kind of related. If it's, about suitability for service businesses, plumbers, appliance repair, med spas, those kind of things. And Justin, I'll let you take the first crack at it, but I think the biggest challenge is that you need a certain amount of ad spend in order to generate enough data for the AI to kick in, but you can correct me on that.
Google has kind of relaxed a little bit of the hurdles you need to jump over to see conversion data or see performance. So even if your budget is lower, you would then just extend your testing time frame. So for a typical advertiser, when you run Performance Max, you build in a 2-week testing period. A 2-week ramp up period. And that then translates into a 4-week testing period. And then you evaluate results of that 4-week period starting around week 6 or 7. So if you are on the lower end of scale and spend, you just want to extend that ramp up and testing period to make sure that you're seeing positive results.
But so it could be a good fit for smaller advertisers.
It is, because it also allows you to reach your message more broadly. So instead of running separate campaigns, like a separate video or display or text campaign, the benefit of Performance Max is it does all that for you in one campaign, allowing the campaign to learn and from itself. If you have an account with multiple campaign types, they don't necessarily talk to each other, and they don't influence each other. So you're getting more scale by using Performance Max than doing it as a kind of a standalone campaign, but you do have to be more patient with it. And you should see, I think they've relaxed it down to 15 conversions a month, where then Google can be confident in how it can perform for you.
Okay, so that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, and I think even one thing that we find, even like a small chain can benefit, because you are aggregating a lot of that audience information and all that good stuff, which is going to increase your, increase your ROAS. So there definitely is benefit to having multiple locations with one campaign.
Correct.
Yep. And then, Justin, this is probably for you. What tool do you use to see which ads get the most clicks? And I think, I don't know, maybe this is a tee up for the perception that PMax can be a bit of a black box.
Right. PMax is, okay. So when Google launched Google AdWords in, I think, 2003, the goal was to have, really the mandate was to have advertisers create separate, unique mobile campaigns or text campaigns and video, and they were all segmented from each other, very compartmentalized. That the goals of those campaigns were more about driving awareness, driving clicks. With Performance Max, as everything kind of rolls up into one, it's all aggregated, the goal is now shifting. So you're shifting your physical setup of your campaigns, but also it's a mindset shift, where it's not about how many impressions did I drive, or what is my click-through rates for this ad. It's more about, like we said, when you set up a campaign, Google's going to say to you, what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? And then Google says, I got it. I'll take care of it for you. I will hit your ROAS target, your CPA target. We don't want you to worry anymore about the minutia, the details about the number of clicks you got, because that's not really an indicator of performance. There are levers that you can pull within Google in terms of setting up audiences or rotating out creative, or there are ways to help you get more clicks, but that should not be the goal.
It's all about ROAS.
Right.
Yeah. All right. And final question is, what's the best type of ad on Google to promote a business listing? And we can have the business listing be the destination for a number of these ad formats. So among those, I mean, like the local campaign used to be the one that was really the great, so it really would be like, I guess, the map ads, depending on what you're doing, right? So if you're a restaurant, if someone's doing a search, like those map ads are going to be really powerful for driving people directly to your business listing. But again, one of the other big things is, depending on what your vertical is winning that 3-pack. That's the best way to promote your business listing, right? I mean, we have ads that can do that. Certainly the map ads are a great one for that. But if you're an auto dealer, having your inventory live, winning that 3-pack, that's a great way to promote your business listing. If you're a retailer, getting your inventory live, is a great way to improve your presence in that three pack. Just optimization of your listing overall is a key component to driving that listing visibility. But Justin, anything to add on the ad format for that?
Yeah, I would just get across a point that we hear a lot. It actually came up yesterday on a client call where it was an auto dealer and they were searching for one of their vehicles and they were searching for year, make, model, and they were not seeing the vehicle listing ads. And we had to explain, and I even searched myself. I didn't see it either. And the truth is Google knows you very well. It knows that if you're not going to click on the ad, it's not going to show it. So taking all those signals into account, Google will show you what it thinks is the most relevant ad and may not be the ad that you're expecting to see. So the phrase at Google is, it's working as intended, not as expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing we get a lot. We get a lot of auto dealers that are saying, like, I keep searching for a Ford F-150 and I don't see it. I'm like, well, are you going to buy a Ford F-150?
Right.
Like, well, then it's doing its job, right? You're not really a customer, so they're not going to put the ad in front of you. So Google's pretty good about it. And then this other question is about when we say map ads, we mean location extensions. And look, location extensions are relevant in a number of ways across PMax. But when we're talking about map ads, we're actually talking about what used to be called local campaigns, which have been folded into Performance Max. And I think they are actually just called map ads within Performance Max, correct, Justin?
Right, exactly. Yeah, if you create a Performance Max campaign and you create, so ads are now called asset groups, and you can there's an ad preview tool. So you click on the map icon and shows you what your ad will look like in Maps.
All right. Well, I think we got it. And great questions. We really appreciate the smart questions. And, if you want more information, if you want to talk to Justin or any of our other, smart guys over here, please reach out to us at DBA Platform. We'd love to set up some time with you and see how we can help you with near you advertising.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Have a great one.